Hello everyone, my name is Raven, and welcome to Raven675 for Gaming, and welcome to Albion Online. It is a new MMO that's coming out for Windows, Linux, Mac, iOS, and Android. And this is what it looks like. So this is the first video, and before I kind of get into it, just let me know if you guys actually like the video and want to see more of the game. So the first question is, what is it? Well, I guess, what is it? And obviously, of course, it's an MMO, and it does have some tablet influences, because obviously it's going to come out for iOS and Android, more specifically for the tablet versions of iOS and Android. I mean, I suppose you could play it on a phone, but, I mean, come on, 5-inch screen, you're going to be clicking everything. Anyway, so this is actually it playing on Linux. It works pretty well. I mean, I have pretty stout hardware, and but it's still a little laggy in the towns with all the people in it. But once you kind of like get out into the game world, it stays pretty much at 60 the whole time. Another thing to note is that this is a player-run world. In other words, players in certain areas can build their own cities and towns if they want. They can set tax rates and all kinds of stuff. They can improve shops, build all kinds of stuff. Actually, I can show you some. Here you go. Here's some of the things. So you can build like a novice lumber mill, weaver, so forth, and all the way up to journeyman. I actually can't. I want to cancel that. Sorry, wrong button. I actually can't build any of this stuff, as I don't have the skills or capabilities yet to do so, or the money. Same thing, you can build military buildings and houses and so forth, and they have plans for more. After all, the game is still in it's in the summer 2015 alpha at the moment. So, and so like RuneScape. Well, actually, yes. Like RuneScape, or more specifically like EVE, the entire economy is player-based. Players mine all the ore, and they sell it on the global market, and so forth. And that's kind of how it works. Same thing for items. Let me run over here real quick. And select the anvil. And can get a novice broadsword. So as you can see, there's currently not a lot of selection, at least for me. There's much higher tiers than tier 3. I'm just not capable of making or using any of those things yet. But what I mean to say is, so at first it doesn't really seem like there's a lot of variety. And to be fair, aesthetically, there isn't too much variety. There is a little bit. As you can see, this player has like a custom shield. So, I assume you can get, you can make vanity items, and you can do other stuff. And of course you can also get furniture and stuff for your house. Pretty much all these buildings have furniture. But one thing where it really differs is spells. So far what I've noticed is that every weapon has a base spell that's always selected that you generally can't pick from. I guess in higher tiers you actually can. No, you can't. But what you can do is, like right here in this slot, we have 3 choices. 10% chance to gain 50% on magic and physical armor increase. 10% chance to gain energy on each hit and generate 100% more threat. And then here we have careful attack or taunting strike. So, as I said, I can only see journeyman stuff, but from what I've seen, the really high tier weaponry gives you 5 or 6 choices and more choices in each category. So weapons will be, I guess technically weapons will look the same, or can potentially look the same. I don't know yet later on if you can actually change just the vanity look of the item. But your stats and everything are based on what you wear. That's one thing I actually really do like about this game, is that there are no classes. So what you wear is what you are, which is kind of cool. You can mix and match if you want to. Like, you can have a sword and shield and wear like cloth armor if you wanted to. It doesn't care, which is pretty awesome. Can have a person there, staff, shield, crappy leather armor or cloth armor, And a cape. Aha, I have a cape. So here is the Destiny board. This is kind of like to get like, you know, well, it's kind of like your progression, so to speak. And as you can see, it is absolutely monstrous. And it gets exponentially harder, obviously, to level up. Like right here, this is crafting, and oh, no, sorry, gathering. And when I gather 200 things with the novice tool or whatever it is that this requires, I already have the stage 1 one, which I mastered, which gave me the ability to use novice tools. But this right here will increase the novice tools gathering yield and so forth, and it just keeps going and going. The same thing if I select this. It gives me +1 gathering yield on Journeyman's pickaxe. And as you can see, it just keeps going. So, which I think is kind of cool. Like, so you kind of use it, and your skills get better, and you get to pick your path. I mean, if you wanted to, you could literally play until you mastered everything on this board. As to how one would do that, I do not know. And you also get crafting enhancements, which I assume, greatly differentiate. Like right now, because everything is kind of low level, everybody's kind of running around with the same gear. But, someone who really focuses on crafting will, their gear will be significantly better, and they'll sell it on the store, and they'll make lots of money. But considering how many resources and stuff it takes to do crafting, I mean, it's a dedicated task. Although, given enough time, you can do everything. So this is the world map, what it currently is. As I said before, I mentioned RuneScape. This game feels a lot like RuneScape, but not necessarily in a bad way. I mean, it's fun. It's pretty engaging, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I mean, I haven't played it that much because I haven't had a whole lot of an opportunity to. I have no idea what this does, by the way. This option's over here. But on the whole, the world map seems kind of rough. I assume that these areas are coming soon areas. There's some more over here. And these West Landing, Middle Landing, and East Landing seem to be the starter areas. And all this green area here, this is PvE zones. Everything is safe. And then when you go out here to say Sickleheart, then you start hitting PvP zones. I have no idea what this is for. I have no idea what this magical, non-visible block of land is. And then, of course, there's just all of this up here. I assume at some point they'll just slowly unlock it as the game progresses. And this down here, no idea what this does either. So as you can see, the game world's pretty big, and it is broken up into zones. So we're going to go to Glimmerdale, and you can see that the Glimmerdale's a bit larger than Easterly Cross. So we'll just go here. So as you can see, I'm in a different area, an area I've spent most of my time. So again, if you wanted some advice, you saw that there were exclamation points in town, and I didn't click on them, and I apologize. But basically what they are is they're quests to make stuff. Honestly, if you're gonna do crafting, which you're gonna do anyway, just take them. You get 4 hours to complete the quest. Just get the resources you need. You just check it, and then just take the quests and then do the quests. Because quite frankly, you're gonna need to do it anyway at some point, and you might as well get fame. Well, you don't get fame, but you do get faction points for it. You get these royal sigils, which you exchange for tier 4 gear. Which I think you can also craft. Well, you get faction T4 gear with it. There we go. That's what it was. And, you also get some money. And, I don't really have a lot of silver. That seems like a lot, but trust me, when you buy stuff. So, when you come to this area here, this guy, he's kind of you take stuff to, Underhall, which, if you click, is right here. So, you can either go this way, or you can go back to Easterly Cross, and so forth. But it really doesn't matter which way you go. So he's kind of like the trader. And these guys, the quests they give you are about fighting. Oh yeah, see here's T4 gear. So I can buy it with 9 royal sigils, which is and some money, which is surprisingly pretty cheap. Oh, interesting. Royal Croft hood. Let's see what the plate armor's like. Ooh, not bad. Let's see what the plate armor itself is like. Let's see spells. Oh, this is bad. I hadn't actually clicked this guy yet, so hadn't even seen any of this. But yeah, so this guy, he actually gives you. See, you get sigils, you get faction points, and you get money. And all you have to do is run around and kill stuff, which you're gonna do anyway at some point. And these guys are your gatherers. You know, this guy here, you got to collect 41 cotton, 12 birch logs. So you know, sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic. So you know, like I said, you kind of do that stuff, and you know, you get stuff while you're going to be doing stuff anyway. I actually did not do this early on, and now anytime like I'm going to do something like mine or something, I just come down here because, you know, it's nice to just get the extra money. And like I said, you get 4 hours to complete it. So, and I want to focus more on crafting because that's more my thing anyway. So it's nice to have that. Now some other things, some really annoying things. I'm going to run back to town, by the way, while I talk. The interface. The chat is really annoying, and there's really, I mean, it's hidden right now, but when someone starts talking, it just pops up. Oh wow, hit the rabbit. I assume that, oh yeah, here's another thing. I just want to detour real quick. If you're going to drop something, you don't drop it into the world, you just destroy it. It's kind of sad, but oh well. I assume that was done for some reason. Maybe it's because everything's on the same shard, or I don't know. Tablets, I don't know. But the interface, back to tablets, speaking of, I don't really like the interface. Like, I'm not bothered by it. Like, it's not a horrible interface, to be fair. And sure, as you can see, stuff is huge. Like, let me look at this. This is just ridiculous. I mean, come on. I mean, the buttons are huge. I'm not really so bothered by the hotkeys, but it's pretty... Now, I know right now it's in alpha, and I'm hoping later on that the desktop version will at least allow you to modify the UI to some extent. I don't like the fact I can't hide this. I don't like the fact that this pops up and annoying. This is rigid. I guess that's fine, really. These buttons, I should be able to scale down smaller because I don't click them anyway. I mean, they could be like in a hotbar up here or down here. So I'm hoping stuff like that will be fixed, because if not, it's going to bug me. Not enough to not want to play it, but enough to where I'll constantly complain about it while I'm sitting here playing it to myself. And over here, you know, this guy, you just kind of convert stuff. So one thing about the crafting is, you know, the first tier stuff, don't even bother with it. Once you unlock tier 2 stuff, you can pretty much delete all your tier 1 stuff. You do not need it. To my knowledge, you don't need it at all. And yes, there is audio. I just don't have it in this video because it's a little annoying and there's really no music. You guys just don't need to hear it. Especially right now, all I'm hearing is a scraping sound. But like, so tier 1 doesn't require, sorry, tier 2 doesn't require anything but the actual raw material. Tier 3 requires money, and you know, you do have crafting endurance, which is used, because remember, this is a free-to-play title. So you'll have crafting over time, but you actually get it pretty quickly. And as you can see, I have 35,000. So, yeah. But to make thick leather, you need, in this case, you need wolf's hide, which is tier 3. And you also need the tier 2 stiff leather. So, as I said, it is quite a grind to do high-level stuff. So, when players start making like tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, or tier 7, I think it goes up to tier 8, I think. I don't know. The wiki was a little strange. It's going to require a lot of resources. So, I could see entire guilds just filled with people just mass gathering and then giving it to one guy to run around and just make stuff. But you also saw... Hang on. Click this. Sorry. There's this, and then there's the usage fee tax. You do have a usage fee tax, which, you know, is, you know, the tax for using it. When it's a player-owned structure, however, they'll get money from it. So player-run towns and stuff are probably actually really cool, and I have no idea where player-run towns are. My guess is player-run towns are like in here, somewhere in here. I don't know where, but somewhere in here. I'll try to find it. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of like this video was more like an introduction into it, but if you'd like to see actual gameplay footage, like when I start doing PvP, or if you just want to like follow my progress, I'm more than happy to record my long, lengthy progress and just ramble on. Please let me know, and I will gladly get back to you. So again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one.